Angry guy here, and men have given up on women. If you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers on our journey to 2 million by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Now let's begin. Men have given up on women. I want to share with you a comment that we received. I think it's pretty interesting. It's quite profound. And I really wish that more older men would step up and share their wisdom and their experiences so that young men can learn from these experiences. As I've said countless times, smart men learn from their own mistakes, wise men learn from the mistakes of others. So here we have a comment, and it comes from an individual who says that I am 70 years old, and my one regret is having relationships with women. The only reason I did engage with women was due to shaming by friends and relatives. Even my own mother accused me of being homosexual. This guy's 70, y'all. 70. I was married for 24 years. I was so horrible. It was so horrible that I lost my will to live. I eventually divorced the wretch, and my life improved immensely. Guys, something that a lot of young men don't understand. They think that when you get old, you suddenly change and you become a different person. No, what happens is you usually wisen up a bit, you harden a bit, but you're still the same person, the same spirit that you were at 13. I'll put it this way. There are a lot of 20-year-old men and 70-year-old boys. What that means is that growth is something that happens with the individual themselves. Some people never grow up. So people need to understand that we're still the same person. At 40 years old, I'm wiser. But let me explain. I'm still the person I was at 18. It's hard for people to comprehend this. I'm still that person. You know, you get older in life, but you're still the person you were when you were a kid. But you may have changed based on how life has impacted you, and you've learned how to survive as a result of that, or the traumas you've entailed, and so forth. So this guy gave away so much of his life. He lost a lot of his life. Thankfully, he only lost 24 years, because a lot of men lose more than that, right? And look at the comments. Someone said, wow, elaborate on your story. What was the worst part about relationships with women? Someone responded by saying, I'm in my late 50s. One side of my family has nothing to do with me. I never married, got no kids. I gave up on relationships back in 91. Now that's a wise man right there. I want y'all to listen up. My family see me as a homosexual. Holy cow. Y'all, these are the same people that say that they're not anti-homosexuality, you know, they're not homophobic, but then they're turning around and shaming heterosexual men for not marrying or having children. Don't you see how straight? That's exactly what women do. They're like, oh my gosh, I love gay people so much. I love gay guys. Oh, you're my bestie. But then they turn around when a heterosexual man says that he doesn't want to have a relationship with them or any woman. They go, okay, so you're clearly batting for the other team, like you're gay, and you just need to admit it. And the dude's like, no, I'm just not interested in you, or maybe any other woman for that matter. That doesn't mean that I'm not physically attracted to women. I'm just downright rejecting them. And most women cannot accept that a man is actually rejecting a woman, because their brains refuse to comprehend it. They believe that they are goddesses. They believe that if you don't worship the golden V, then you should not exist. So you clearly have to be branded and shamed if you refuse the golden V. And it's quite disgusting. So he continues by saying, we are of the generation where being homosexual was a letdown to the family, an embarrassment to the family name. It wasn't unheard of back in the 70s and 80s for people to delete members of their own family for bringing the family name into disrespect or disrepute. So the original poster elaborated on his experience some more because he was asked to elaborate. He says, all of my relationships consisted of of shaming, of a campaign of shaming, gaslighting, and guilt tripping with a dash of downright abuse. In my marriage, my wife was not in the same league as me and used me and was not in the same league as me and used all of the Afro-Benchen tactics to control and undermine. Following my divorce after 8 years alone, I made the mistake of engaging in a relationship where the woman became so abusive, both psychologically and physically, that I had to end the relationship. Oh my goodness. Guys, you have to wake up and realize, like I've said, that nothing lasts forever. Modern women have created this reality for themselves. They made their beds and now they have to lay in them, but they don't want to. They absolutely don't want to because women never want to take accountability for the things they've done. They have an outright fear of consequences, of outright fear of accountability. The thing is, the longer you put it off, the more you try to distance yourself from it, the worse it's going to get because it's only just going to build up. It's like it's going to compound interest. And what women have done for decades now, it's all going to catch up. I think that this comment from him is absolutely amazing. And the sad thing is that we have been lacking this type of knowledge for so long. We need to hear from these men who are now in their 70s and they don't have another 20 years of great life ahead of them. Don't get me wrong. He can do very well at this point. He can still go and, live and enjoy the life he has. But he has fewer days ahead of him than behind him. And he's one of the fortunate people. He got out after 24 years. A lot of guys are 70 years old just now, like, okay, yeah, I'm done, man. I can't do this anymore. 70. At 70, dudes, you have a lot of dudes that are 60 and 70 now finally deciding to get rid of her. And you know what's going to happen? She's going to go file for lifetime alimony. Unless you live in a state like Florida, she's going to file for lifetime alimony. She's going to take half your pension, if you have one. She's going to take half your assets, and she's going to file for lifetime alimony if she can. And the state will do illegal things to get it for her, even if she's worked in the past. They will fight for it. They will fight for it. And a lot of times she will get it. And you will be paying her alimony for the rest of your life. This is the evil reality that we live in, y'all. So it's no wonder why men have given up on women, why men are no longer attracted. A lot of guys are losing their physical attraction to women in Western society, or they're losing their attraction to women of their own ethnicity, or they just outright have lost all attraction. It varies. It varies by men. I'm not speaking for everyone, and I'm not speaking of all men, but we're beginning to see that pattern of herbivore men that want to have nothing to do with relationships, dating, and physical intimacy. A lot of guys, their brains are literally like setting up red flags right now. Whenever they even think about, wanting to be intimate with a woman, their brains are like, oh, stop right there, Junior. All right. It's better off that you go and beat off than you go and mess around and find out. Okay? Because these women will destroy everything that you've worked for. There's no kindness. politeness, humanity left within these individuals. They don't view you as a person, they view you as an object, and they just want your attention, your time, and your money. And they're going to get it one way or another. The only way you can survive is if you walk away. Guys, if you're enjoying this content, please help get this channel to 100,000 subscribers by subscribing to the channel if you already haven't, liking the video, and turning on notifications to never miss another video ever again. Men have given up on women. What do you guys think regarding this? I want to know your thoughts, so let's talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA, men walking away. And cheers.